Hey, what is up everybody, Blaze for here, and today I have for you guys another video of P5X here. And inside of today's video, guys, we're actually going to be going over a little bit of a interesting topic here, which I was trying to avoid going over. But I've been getting these comments a lot in my videos recently, and I've been seeing this also on Twitter, and so I'm going to bring it up myself as well. So you guys already see somewhat the title of however I'm going to freaking name this, because it's just an absolute just drama scheme at this point. But it's going to be about all the issues with P5X and why people are really hating on Atlus or Perfect World Games due to this game actually coming out. Now, before we get straight into it, let's keep it real here, because some people think I won't trash on something just because I'm recording it, and I'm a straight up just dismiss this right away. Guys, y'all have seen my channel, y'all have seen me record on the daily. If we go ahead and even take a look at just my freaking windows here, go down my channel, before I was even posting P5X, right, I was posting a game called Black Clover. This is probably one of my most favorite animes, at least top tier animes to me, and it was one of the few things that I covered on a day-to-day basis, probably more than P5X at certain periods of time. Now, I was getting tons more views off of freaking Black Clover Mobile. Just keeping it real with you, I was making more money than that. I was actually enjoying myself over there. But the reasoning why I stopped playing that game was because the company was doing some very bad, undermined little things that I didn't really agree with, and it started becoming highly predatory for my wallet, and I did not want to go ahead and invest. And I did speak out, and I trashed what I needed to trash for it. So some of you guys think I won't trash a game if I'm actually recording it, and you think that that's just going to be the deal because I love P5X. I hate to tell you guys, but I like Black Clover Mobile somewhat more than dang P5X, and that's just because Black Clover is one of the animes that I really do enjoy. P5 is a series that I've liked for a long time, since literally 2016. If you think I'm not gonna harp on a game that I love this freaking seriously, you are horribly wrong. So now that we have that preset on down and I've done my little yap fest, let's go ahead and get into the process at hand, because I got kind of heated when I saw it. Now, a lot of you guys have been giving me different little posts. You've been at least posting recently on the channel. You've been letting me know certain things, and some of you guys, especially on this video right here, aren't too happy when it does come down to at least Atlus, or at least when it does come down to the game. Now, this game is also very happy for some of you guys. Some of you guys are really happy, waiting on it to actually drop. But a lot of you guys are also very heavily against this game in general, and this is mainly on the Twitter side. So I happened to come across this thread here, in which was fairly interesting, one terribly kind of looking to an extent, but had a lot of hatred for P5X recently, and I was wondering exactly why Perfect World Games and Atlus is catching a lot of this heat. Let me actually go ahead and move here, and why were they really catching a lot of this heat? And after going through, I'm gonna just say it like this, guys. It's fine to have constructive criticism. It's fine to not like a game because it is part of a certain genre, right? Because this is a gacha, it is fine to hate it because a gacha, right? But what is not fine is saying things that is just plainly outright not true, seeing that majority of the fan base or community that are part of P5 have not even tried the game yet. Because you know why? It's on PWKR and CN. There is no global release just yet. They've already stated they will, but there is no global release just yet. So many of you guys are just repeating things that you think is true, and you have not even tried the game yourself. Majority of content creators have been trying the game in their off time, and they enjoy it. You know how I freaking know? I'm in contact with a lot of them. A majority of content creators that actually like the P5X game, or either have decent views on it, have already posted their viewpoints on it, and they're pretty dang positive. So when I come across posts like this, and I start getting them on my videos a lot, where it's just outright hate, and I mean like straight up outright hate. No, it's for example, this one right here. No, it's cheap because it's a mediocre gacha game riding on the popularity and aesthetic of an actual worthwhile game. Hope it helps. Now, here's an issue with that. One, it's cheap. First of all, this game has a ton of cash put into it, and it is already made a ton of cash right back. One. Two, mediocre game is very wild to say because, guys, it's fine to have an opinion in the day, but the game is far from mediocre. We have seen it visually, we have seen it gameplay wise, we've seen it in depth with story. We've had multiple times where there's just so much to do, where there's so much to grind, everything of this nature. And normally there wouldn't be all of this to do. There wouldn't be all of this to grind. There wouldn't be an in-depth mementos, in-depth palaces. We literally have palaces that look triple the dang size of a normal palace, right? Triple the dang size. And this is all just the part one of one palace, right? And it's being called mediocre. Stuff like that is not good of you guys. It's actually kind of harsh when you do things like that because, one, it's making the company, when they do see stuff like this, sure, it doesn't waver them too much, but it does give them a little bit of a they might not appreciate this game after all type feeling, right? You wouldn't like someone really coming up and actually stating certain things like this, and it gives the game a negative connotation. Now, before we go ahead and get into more of these little comments here, what is the reasoning of why this game is getting a negative connotation? Guys, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I can't defend this game to the T because, let's be honest, the reason why we're getting this negative connotation is because it is a gacha game. It is a gacha game. If you guys don't know what those are, it's literally a portable technical slot machine in your hand that you have that is consistently updating, consistently putting something in your face that, hey, you might want to go ahead and summon on, pull on, whatever, gamble on, and that is what it's meant there to be. It's meant to get money out of you, and that is how it is. Now, for some of the people, or most people, especially in the Persona side of the community, they don't like this because they see that as mainly just pick the quick cash grab and you keep going by your day. Now, this can be said in many other gachas. Black Clover Mobile, one of the few I was playing beforehand, that some people just think I won't trash on because I'm playing it. But yeah, and it's just one of those things where a lot of people are feeling like it's mediocre. And I would like to straight up tell you guys this: before judging it, give it a try. Jump in the stream, watch someone play it. Like when it comes out global, give it at least a good hour, heck, 30 minutes even, and you most likely will like it. Now, the reason I'm so sound about you're gonna like the game in general is because it does feel like P5. You have a lot of, at least when it comes down, freedom with anything you want. You have, of course, the regular old Phantom Thieves who are here, who are freaking awesome, and you have some newer Phantom Thieves making their at least showcases into the game, which are pretty cool as well. All their background stories, things that they're going through, even down to the palace and main story, has been really, really good. Now, what I'm starting to fail to see is a lot of people are seeing this as a knockoff. A lot of people are seeing this as a unpolished game, a quick money grab, you know what I'm saying? Now, I'll straight up be honest with you. Yes, I spend in this game. You guys have known this. A lot of people have known this. But a lot of people that are in my Discord, in the worldwide Discord and things of that nature, they play this as well as free to play. And a bunch of them can vouch that majority of the characters you can get, if not all of the characters, you can get majority all of them you can just pretty much get everybody, right? I'm missing one unit who is a standard character, right? Most people, even as free to play, they may not have dupes on their 4 stars like crazy. They may not have dupes on their 5 stars like crazy. But what I can tell you is they pretty much have majority all of these 5 stars, maybe missing 3 to 4 5 stars. Now let's keep that in mind, right? Reason why I say 3 to 4 is because most of these there's a couple of these here that are standard. For example, Phoebe, standard. Marion, standard. Phoebe, standard. Mona, standard. Skull, we got Rin, Riddle. Let's go ahead and keep checking real quick. Another standard character. And then the rest of these guys are premium. But for the most part, there's only a few that were must summon premiums that we kind of knew about once we checked out the kits. This was pretty much going to be Joker at the beginning of the game. Many of us summoned Ford when she dropped. Many of us summoned Makoto when she dropped. Many of us summoned for, and then For the rest of these, they're all just optional. You had time to save for them. We get tons of actual reward. Unlike most gachas, where they actually really push a lot of the spending into your face, there are options to spend here, but you don't need to spend it because at the end of the day, you get tons of rewards to really just go ahead and stockpile up a lot of these here and just get whatever character you want. What furtherly makes me feel like a lot of these people are mainly just afraid of this game is just because they feel like it's a cash grab and they're not going to ever listen to the community. Well, with this community so far, we've gotten at least Perfect World Games in them to listen to us more than any community I've been in. I've been in a lot of gacha communities. We have gotten so far a guaranteed banner. The banner pity is a little bit higher, but we guarantee our character. And we still have the 50-50 banner with the higher rates a little bit that we can still get the character. We've gotten ways to get 5-star weapons just from just collecting them in the free to play battle pass. We've had ways, different game modes added, consistently be giving us a ton of things to do. They've been adding, even in this game mode, been adding stuff to try and make it more fun. They've been actually doing things to immerse the player base, to really get it to feel like P5. This is something that is nice, and not only just like P5, but even when it comes down to actually immersing yourself with the characters, their confidants, everything they are about. They've done in-depth seeing into this, researching into this, figuring out how people would take every last one of these characters and actually enjoy their company. Getting you attached to all of these characters have been absolutely an amazing ride so far, and every last one that I've been at least ended up beating and actually going through their story has been great. Normally I wouldn't read their stories, normally I wouldn't even give a crap about this stuff, and to say that this game, and to bash the company saying who would want this, no one asked for this, because that's just horrible. To say that it's a cheap, mediocre game is just a false base, and that is where I'm having a problem, right? It's perfectly fine to just not want to go ahead and like it due to it being a gacha game and you just don't touch it. That's perfectly fine. But the issue comes down where most people are now starting to say that, oh, it's bootleg, can't be bootleg. This person that is stated here can't be bootleg. It's officially endorsed. 1, 2, saying that it's just a ripoff of the actual P5, that the P5 regular story is better. Worst part is a lot of the people who have been playing this game for P5X actually say this actual story, it's way more fleshed out. It's way more worth it. It's impactful. The first palace was all right, kind of okay-ish. Then the second palace hits you in the feels again. The third palace hits you even harder. And it's one of those things that no one has. The people who are just straight up just saying it's bad are people who actually have not tested it. Now, this only gets me angry about this to an extent, just because I feel like people, you got to give it a chance, guys. You got to give it a chance. Of course, if you just don't like gachas, you don't want to try it, don't try it, but also don't downplay the game to a point where then it runs people who are newer to it out of it. That is the issue that we have with community today, and I feel like that is an issue that many of us need to learn to try and act a little bit of adultish and actually give things a chance, or either just go about our way if we don't want to try it ourselves. The P5X, or just the P5 community in general, y'all gotta quit just like firing off, especially on companies, because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, it's just bad. Like, it's not one of those things that you guys should be doing. Like, for example, with this, the fact that the game exists at all is the issue. Here's the problem with that. It exists because a lot of people ended up wanting it to begin with, as well as the company saw it as a good way to expand onto the P5 IP while making it its own thing. Boring gacha game. If it was boring, it wouldn't be riling up so many people as it is currently. It's a cash grab. That's another thing. It can't be a cash grab if literally they've been doing absolutely amazing with it. People have been playing free to play and have been enjoying everything about it, right? It is honestly interesting. It is an interesting way, and I feel like a lot of people got to give it credit but they don't want to give us credit. Now, I just wanted to speak out on this. It was probably just me going on rambling, but I had to say something because seeing this in consistently as like I've been getting more traction on YT, seeing this and getting this in my comment section is not something I do appreciate. And of course you got to get thick skin with it. And I'm just gonna straight up tell you, the drama should not be allowed with that. Come on, grow up, everybody. It's one of the things that's out there. And if you just don't want to touch the game, don't touch it. But I'd suggest a lot of you guys to give it a try. Pretty darn nice, offers a lot. It's really free to play based, and I feel like it's gonna be pretty darn good once it comes to global. But as always, you guys, stay safe, stay sharp, and stay determined. Peace out.